Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, guys. Sorry I'm a wee bit late. Problems loading up the Hangout and getting it ready for broadcast, but I'm here now and I'm ready to continue talking about prepositions. So, welcome to Verbling, everyone. I'm teacher Oakley. In our last class, if you were viewing or participating, we were talking about prepositions of time, specifically. We're going to maybe practice a little of that, taking a in-class test. And we're also going to be looking at other prepositions, prepositional phrases, things like how we use for and to, other areas that can be sometimes confusing. Sometimes confusing for me, actually. So if you're confused by prepositions, please join the class because you are going to have a chance to practice and participate in the class and ask questions. So if you have questions about use of prepositions, please do join me because you're going to have more than enough opportunity to ask questions. Hello, Rodolfo, again.
Hello again.
Hello again. Excuse me. Hey, Rodolfo, I have a question about your oh, is that Igor? Yeah. Hi, Igor.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Both you guys, Rodolfo and Igor. I have a question. I think Google is changing, they're modifying, they're working on the whole Hangouts thing. So when I'm logging into Google lately, the last few days actually, I actually don't even know what to expect. Some of the format is different. Some things take longer to load. I want to ask you guys, is your experience joining the class, has it changed? Are you looking at different things? Do you have to sign in differently? Has it changed at all?
It's better. It's better. Now it's
better.
Before with changes occurred. It's correct to say before this occurred with changes. I mean, 1 week ago or 2-3 days ago, I have some problems. Sometimes it takes more time to load, and I heard voices with delay from beginning of class. But now something changed, and it's 100% without mistakes, and voices are without delay. And also, I reported to them about these errors. Maybe many people reported to them and they changed, I think.
Yeah, well, it's actually Google itself is doing a lot of things. Actually, at the same time, you have Verbling are doing a lot of back-end improvements, and Google. Sometimes there's some coordination strangeness. Okay, I was wondering about the student experience because from my perspective, everything looks different, and for example, I can't instantly start the broadcasts. So if there's a delay when I have 2 classes in a row, it's because the broadcast, both when I end a class and when I start a class, it takes like a minute and a half to slowly load or unload at the end of a class. So it's very difficult for me, but I guess once the class is going, I guess the benefit is it's better for you guys. Which is good. Okay, I know.
This is because I think Google changed the technology of recording these classes. Maybe they calculated that in this way is better, less how we can say that, less charge on servers goes. They are not overloaded, I think.
Yeah, and also I noticed it is better. Cheaper.
for them?
You know, once I get in the class, yeah, it takes me time to close and open a Hangout. But once I get in the class, I have noticed that I'm not getting kicked out. You remember that, Igor? How often
many
students,
teachers have these problems.
Right. Well, that hasn't been happening lately. So thanks for the feedback. I was curious from you guys' perspective. Thanks. Okay. I want to say hi to Carlos. Hi, Carlos. Are you there? Carlos, do you have a microphone? I would love to be able to talk to you. Plus, I want to ask you about this cute as a button picture that you have here. All right. Carlos, when you get your microphone working, please give a shout out so that I know that I can talk to you. Okay, gentlemen, we're going to continue talking about prepositions, and we're going to start off with a little preposition quiz, and then we're going to talk about certain specific different situations. But we're going to start right off, jump right in with a quiz. So I'm going to do a screen share with you, and I'll be going around the room asking you questions. Okay, which are our quiz here so far? First of all, can you see that? It doesn't need to be bigger. Rodolfo, can you see this?
Yes.
Rodolfo? Okay.
Yeah, I can see.
I'm worried about Rodolfo falling asleep, but...
No, I'm here. I'm alert.
You're alert. Okay. Do you drink coffee, Rodolfo?
No.
No, not a coffee drinker. Okay.
I read that coffee doesn't help. It's a myth.
Oh, I think I was
correct to say?
Dehydrated. Or
Dehydrated. Okay.
yes.
Okay.
Because I was feeling very tired.
Oh, okay. All right. So you got yourself something to drink, and you're okay now. All right.
I read about coffee that it's a myth that helps for to do not sleep, to do not fall asleep. It's not true. I read.
Well, I don't know. I think you're right and wrong.
No, I am. But people who wrote that article, because I read, I do not say from my experience, but they wrote an article that this is not true.
Well, for me, I can't start my day without coffee. I have coffee in it. It does help me kick into gear. But later in the day, if I drink coffee, it helps wake me up, but very short. But then I crash, and it's actually worse than when I started.
Maybe you how we can say, self-convincing that this is true, but
yeah, but that's okay.
Objectively, it's not true.
If I can't lie to myself, then who will, Igor?
Think about that.
I go hyper with coffee.
Hyper with coffee?
Yes.
No, not usually. Usually it's just enough to get me going, actually. So let me talk to Carlos. I think Carlos got his microphone working. Carlos, are you there?
Yeah.
Yes, you are. Hi, Carlos. How are you?
I think my English is very basic for this class.
No, you're okay. You're okay. Anyway, this class is a good class for actually all levels. This is a multi-level class. We're dealing with prepositions. Prepositions have a simple function, okay, but they are confusing for many levels. For beginners, some particular uses of prepositions are confusing even for higher levels. So, Carlos, you're okay. Carlos, I'm gonna start with you. I'm gonna do a screen share here.
If you speak more slowly, please, maybe I understand you.
Okay. Well, as long as you understand most. Okay, Carlos, there's two sentences here, A and B. They're
Okay.
slightly different, just the preposition to or at. Which sentence is correct?
Okay. Wait, please, please. Wait, please. Okay. B, A and B. Okay. I'm arrived to station about 7 p.m. I arrived at the station at about 6. B is correct.
You are right. Do you know why you're
Yeah.
right? You're correct. Very good.
Okay.
Do you
B
know
is
why?
correct.
Why do we use at instead of to?
Sorry?
Do you know
Okay.
why?
Okay. Why did I use at?
Yes.
Because at it's for place and times.
Place and times, that is correct. And more importantly, to show specific information, a specific time or a specific place.
Okay.
Why no two? Not two. What is wrong with two?
What is wrong with to?
Yeah.
I arrived to the station at about, well, what's wrong with it? Well, it's not right. It sounds awkward even. I went to the station would be okay, but you were, okay, good question, Igor. Because of the verb, I can say I went to the station because now to shows travel, movement one place to another. So I went to the station, arrived, bing, you're there. That's a specific time, place, coordinate. So we use at. Does that explain it?
But why not two? Could you say again? Why not two?
Okay, because of the verb. If I, oh, hang on. Let me share so you can see what I'm talking about.
I know that at, but I don't know why two. It's not correct.
Okay. Because of this verb, arrived.
Okay.
Arrived is an action. Bam! You arrived somewhere. Arrived. You don't arrive over a period of time. So it's a specific time and place coordinate. If I change the verb to I went, then I would have to use to the station, because went is something that you do over a period of time. To shows a movement. For example, from point A to point B. It takes 2 hours to get from Los Angeles to San Bernardino, whatever. Okay. The preposition to shows an element of movement going from one place to another. So if I use went, I have to use to.
I went at the station.
No, you can't say I went at the station.
Okay.
That you are absolutely correct. That's right. That's exactly the idea. Okay, Igor, since I got you on the phone.
Where are you? I'm in the shops. Where are you? I'm at the shops. I'm at the shops.
Well, this is kind of difficult. Okay, now we have to talk about crazy British English. All right. First of all, the shops. Do you know what that means here?
I don't know. That's where you buy something.
Yeah, where you buy something, but since it's plural, see, an American says the mall or the shopping center. Shopping center,
Okay.
where I can, excuse me, sorry, where I can go into the stores from the outside is a shopping center, but there's many stores, and then they're connected one after another. A mall is where I can actually go inside a big building, I'm sure you guys know what a mall is. And there's
With many floors.
with possibly many floors, and there's a roof and a ceiling, and I can travel from one shop to another without getting wet, for example. That's the difference between a shopping center and a mall. I think for the British don't really distinguish. Okay, they say in the shops. It could mean a mall, or it could mean some kind of shopping plaza, an open area with many shops around it, or it could mean a big parking lot with many shops. We say that differently. Americans say it differently, but I think in this sentence, in this example, you can think about it as a mall. Whoops. So, for example, if you changed the shops to the mall, which answer would be correct, do you think? Where are you? I'm in the mall. Where are you? I'm at the mall.
I don't know. In the mall. At the mall.
Well, you
In
know
the
what?
mall.
It doesn't matter. If you're in the mall, that means you're inside the big building.
Yeah.
Okay. If you're at the mall, it means you're somewhere on the
Near.
property. Yeah, or right outside the door, or whatever. You know, so actually, this is a trick question, but if I say I'm going to meet you, okay, I'll meet you in the mall. That means I'm going to meet you inside. I have to say I will meet you in the mall at McDonald's or outside McDonald's, for example. If I want to tell you the place. If I say I will meet you at the mall, that most likely means I'm going to meet you outside the front doors, the main doors, the main entrance. Okay? That's the difference. So that was a trick question. Sorry. Rodolfo. Oh, I have to do the share. Rodolfo?
Yeah.
About the next one here.
Should I read it?
Well, which one is correct? Which one of these is correct? I haven't been there since 7 years ago. I haven't been there for 7 years.
Letter A.
Is correct? Okay, we have perfect tense. I haven't been there since 7 years ago. Here's another trick. I haven't been there for 7 years. Guess what? It's another trick.
Oh.
You can't be wrong. I haven't been there. Usually, if we use since, we're gonna give a specific time. Whoa, what's that? Oh, okay, that was weird. Usually, if we use since, I don't like this since because normally we use since. We're gonna give a specific time. Actually, I don't like A. I haven't been there since 2005, for example. I haven't been there for 4 years. I've got no problem with that. So since, actually, A is not okay. I'm incorrect. With since, we need to give a time. I haven't been there since March. I haven't been there since 1992. Okay?
More specific.
More specific, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Moving on, Carlos. Actually, the same thing here.
Yeah.
Carlos, which one is correct?
Let's see.
I didn't see my sister for many years. I didn't see my sister since many years.
I think is correct A.
Yes.
I think you're right for the very same reasons that I talked to Rodolfo about. Very, very good.
I didn't see my sister for many years.
You are correct. Very good.
Mhm.
See, Carlos, you're doing great. I knew you could do it. Okay.
Sorry, you speak very fast.
That's okay, because you're doing great.
Okay, okay. Thank you, thank you.
No, thank you. Okay.
I arrived
Yeah.
to Spain 4 months ago. 4 months ago, I arrived in Spain 4 months ago. You said that if action is ended, we cannot say to. Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's right.
So it's in.
Yes, you're right.
You
Okay, a
see, I
little.
learned something from
You did.
your question.
Hooray! Very good. Yes, you did. But there is something to note here. We say in Spain, not at Spain. Spain's a big place. Okay.
Yeah, when inside the country. Yeah, yeah.
Right. When we use in, if you can visualize or picture inside. All right. That's when if there's a border or boundary, you can visualize inside. Sometimes that's kind of difficult. All right. For example, if I want to talk about a bird and a tree, okay, here's the tree and here's the bird. How do I express that? Anybody?
Bird
With
is on the tree.
Ah, no,
No?
no. It's kind of weird. Carlos, if I could ask a favor, if you wouldn't mind muting your microphone unless you're talking, it's giving some feedback. I'm not sure why, but okay. Thank you, Carlos. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, that's much better. I don't know what you did, but thanks. Okay, so that sometimes it's difficult. It seems like the bird is on the tree. That seems very logical. I would agree with your logic, sir. But we always say the bird is in the tree.
Okay.
We never use the phrase on the tree.
Okay.
The bird is in the tree. So it's kind of weird to think about a tree having boundaries or being inside.
Yeah.
I know. So sometimes it's weird. Okay. All right. What if, Rodolfo, what preposition do we use with, for example, a road?
A road?
Yeah, there's a bird. What? The road. Okay, here's the road. My pencil's the road, and here's the bird.
On the road?
In.
On the road? In the road?
On the road?
Okay, very difficult. Igor is actually right. We would say there's a bird in the road because we would consider the boundaries of the road. We would consider it to be inside of the boundaries of the road. So sometimes this is very hard to visualize or picture the correct preposition. We would say the bird is in the road. There's a dog in the road. Okay, how about beside the road? Of course, there's a man beside the road. Of course, we can use beside, meaning he's not in the actual driving part of the road. He's beside the road. What other preposition can I use? There's a man blank the side of the road.
Do you mean with this word beside?
No, the side. There's a man blank the side of the road.
Cat.
You mean in the side?
Oh, I'm getting you guys this time. There's a man on the side of the road.
They're very confusing.
Yeah, I know. You're right. Okay, let me talk about that. There's a man on the side of the road. He's on the border. Okay, the road has those borders. If you're in the border, you're inside, then you're in the road. If you're on the border, then you're on the side of the road. What else are borders? Let's think about this a second. The ocean. The ocean. And then you have the land. My pencil's the land. this part right here, okay, I'm, I have a house on the beach, on the seashore. Okay, there's a border between the water and the land. There's an edge. When we have it, something is on the edge, actually, there's another phrase, on the edge. I like living life on the edge. Is actually a phrase. An idiom means you like to live in a dangerous, extreme, yes, very
Extreme.
good. Or dangerous, or extreme, yes. On the edge. Very common idiom. So when you're using a preposition to show a boundary on the river bank, for example, on the edge of the river, on the seashore, we never say, I have a house in the beach. No. A beach is considered like a boundary. So you have to play kind of mental games with yourself to figure these things out. However, this is really hard. I understand, but try to stay with me here. We use on if something is considered a boundary, but we use in when we consider something to be a line. Okay? A straight line. For example, you stand in line. I stood in line for 3 hours to get the tickets. In a line. My tickets are in the third row. A row of seats, we consider it to be a line. Okay, so we say I'm in the third row. So why don't we consider a road a line? Well, in a way we do, in a way we don't. It's really hard. Maybe it's a line, maybe you're inside. Which way do you think about it? We say, when we talk about, okay, find the word in paragraph 3. Okay, we think about the paragraph being something with boundaries. All right. In sentence 4, there is a word which means, all right, again, inside. Okay, so I know that's kind of difficult, but within, you have to think either inside, and sometimes it's weird, like a tree. There's no clear boundaries on a tree, obviously. Something with boundaries or something that's a line. But it's slightly different because we use on to show that it's a boundary between two different things, like the ocean and the water, or the river and the water, or the road and the grass, or whatever's not the road. It's a boundary on this side of the road. Yeah, it's difficult, I know. All right, let me do another screen share and talk some more about another one here. I forgot where we are. Carlos, hang on.
Yeah.
Okay, try this one here. Can you see?
Okay. They came to this country in December, and they arrived at this country in December. It's confused, but I think A
is correct. I think you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good. They came to this country. Very good.
Okay, thank you.
One other thing. Carlos, you said it's confused. No, you're confused. A situation, Carlos, is confusing. This question is confusing. The movie is boring. Okay?
Okay, I have a question.
Yes. So, but wait. Igor, just
Okay.
one moment. Let me.
Okay.
Carlos, if you're
Yeah.
describing your own feelings, I am bored. I am confused.
Okay.
Okay. Then you use ed. But if you're describing something else or someone else, the teacher is boring. Then you use the ing. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
the question is confusing. I am confused. Igor?
Yeah.
Oh.
What is the difference if I would say I was confused or I got confused? What is the difference?
I
I got
was
confused.
confused. I
For
got.
example, yesterday I was confused or yesterday I got confused. So what is the difference in meaning? I got and I was.
Yesterday I was confused. Yesterday I became confused. Yesterday I got confused.
Yeah, got.
Uh,
Was got.
Maybe was confused. Your means that you were confused all the day, and that got confused. Maybe at some part of the day you got confused.
okay, I think you're onto something, Rodolfo. Yesterday I was confused. As a kind of a more meaning that you maybe possibly you were confused yesterday, but you're not confused today. Yesterday I got confused. Maybe has some element of meaning. You're emphasizing similar to became. I became confused. I got confused. So, for example, if you're gonna extrapolate on the sentence, yesterday I got confused when the teacher said, okay, I got confused at that point in time. Yesterday I was confused when the teacher said, I guess there's really not much difference. A slight degree of emphasis on a starting point of confusion or how long the confusion lasted. Honestly, in normal speaking, no one would ever notice the difference. Really.
But can we say yesterday I was confused when teacher explained rule? Can we say something like that? Yesterday I was confused when someone did something.
Yeah.
Or we can say yesterday I got confused when someone said something.
Either one. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
You might tend to use was confused, for example, when you're talking about something more broader. I was confused by the theory of evolution. You might use got when you're talking about a more specific. I got confused about Darwin's natural selection idea. Maybe.
Okay.
I think it's more natural to talk like that, more specific or less specific. Okay. Okay, so good job, Carlos. All right, Igor. Let me give you another one here.
So why did I arrive to the where Carlos? Why is that?
What?
Yeah.
Come again.
An example that Carlos chose the answer A. Why is that answer but not second?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't really follow that up, did I?
Yeah,
all right.
Came to.
Yeah, this is a weird one. When we they came to, well, came of course is another like arrived.
Yeah. End of
a motion, a kind of a motion verb. They came to this country. We went to Africa in 1977. I can't say I went at Africa. Actually, strangely enough,
I mean, why it's not in this country? They came in this country. You said that two countries we use in because they have borders.
Right, but okay. They arrived You could say, okay, now with the be sentence here, they arrived at this country is not correct, but with arrived, I can say they arrived in this country in December. That's okay,
Yeah,
but
but
not
why it's correct in A?
but not. I cannot say. Um, I cannot say they came in this country.
Why?
Why? Good question.
They
Well,
came in, for example, they came in Spain in December. Why we cannot say something like that?
no, they came to Spain, and I guess it's again very similar to before. I guess it's because of the verb showing motion. If you come somewhere, it means you started somewhere and you ended somewhere, and there's got to be a movement A to B. I think that's it. I think it's the same explanation as before, just kind of different circumstances. But interestingly, all right. He came in the door. Okay, Igor? What is the difference between he came in the door and he came to the door?
For me, I don't know exactly difference, but I know that he came to the door, he came in the door. For me, sounds too more natural, but I don't know. I'm not native speaker.
Actually, there's totally a total different meaning there. If he came to the door, maybe he walked up and stopped at the door. Maybe then he knocked. I don't know.
Okay.
He came in the door. He opened the door and he walked inside the house. So completely different meanings there.
We do not have such meaning. If I would translate in my language this sentence, would not be correct for me. I translated in head, so that's why I said to the door it's with meaning, but in the door it's kind.
Yeah. So
Without meaning.
To shows motion, which had to start somewhere and ends somewhere. So he came to Spain in December. You're emphasizing the motion which started wherever, and bing, he ended when he landed at the airport, in Spain. So we use to show that there's a motion from A to B. Okay, he came to the door means he started wherever he started, and he stopped when he got to the door.
Okay.
Okay, it's I know it's hard for you guys to learn this, but if it's any consolation, it's also hard to teach it.
I know when I speak, I confuse. Half I do not speak correct, half maybe more than half. So I try to learn everything.
Yeah,
that would help me to speak more fluently.
Well, it actually, and I want to add that it helps me to teach more. It helps me to teach when you guys ask questions and you try to clarify information. You're helping me.
Yeah.
So I appreciate it. Okay. Oops. I'm forgetting to do the screen share. Let's look at this next one. Igor.
Yeah. I'm going to the shops to buy a coat. I'm going to the shops for buy a coat. It's A.
It is A.
Because for buying a coat, maybe can we say something like that? For buying a coat or.
Okay. Can you say I'm going to the shops for buying a coat? For the purpose of buying a coat, you could definitely say.
Okay.
I don't think it's right for buying a coat. Hang on a second. Let's see. All right.
But for buy, it's not correct. It's not sound very good.
Well,
Doesn't sound very good.
okay. Let's look at this here. Let's skip ahead here. Let me share something with you. All right, 4 and 2 with nouns and verbs. Generally, we use for before a noun. What did you have for lunch? For example.
Sorry. Could Carlos be muted because from his microphone it sounds like wind? And, wind in headphones, my headphones.
Okay. Carlos?
Yeah?
Would you mind muting your microphone on the top toolbar when you're not speaking?
Sorry.
It's okay.
It's another kind of sound now.
This is what happens when you do a verbling class from the top of a mountain.
Okay.
It's very modern. It's...
Oh, that's better.
It's okay now. It's sounds.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you, Carlos. Thank you very much. Very, very kind. Thanks.
Thank you, Carlos. I appreciate that.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about 4 and 2 a little. Use 4 and 2 with nouns and verbs. You generally use for before a noun. Not generally, you do. I went to the shop for food. Now, we generally use to before a verb. Okay, we're showing purpose here. Why? Why did you go to the restaurant? For dinner. Why did you go to the shop? For food. These are prepositions of purpose. So when we're using the purpose with for in front of a noun, in front of a noun when we're talking about purpose, we use for. Now, why did we go to the restaurant? Purpose is a verb, to eat. Of course, you go to a restaurant to eat. How silly. We went to the shop to buy food. So usually that's the way it works, but there's another element here. Never confuse for with to with infinitives. So I went to eat, to buy, to play. Okay, there's another element here.
With gerunds neural?
Well, I want to give this book to you for studying. If we're talking about, we use for if it's a benefit, if it's going to benefit you. Okay. Okay, he gave the book to Susan. All I'm really expressing, all I'm caring about is the A to B motion, like we've been talking about, actually. He gave the book to Susan. The book is for Susan. Hopefully, this will help Susan study. There's a benefit involved. He gave the book to Susan for class, for example. Okay, it also has an element of a benefit. So there's a couple of things here. So let's go back to what were we looking at here? I'm going to the shops to buy a coat. I'm going to the shops for buying a coat. Well,
For the purpose of buying a coat.
I know, but okay, let's look at this. I need money for buying a coat. That you could say. All right? That is the benefit. All right? The benefit of having money. I need money for buying a coat. Yeah, that is where you're using that benefit, and you can use the ing verb. It doesn't quite work with this here, this example, and B here. I'm going to the shops for buying a coat. Going to the shops, yeah, not really a benefit directly involved with the first part of the sentence. Okay. Rodolfo,
Yeah.
you still with us?
Yes.
Still aware? Okay, very good. About this next one here. Which one is correct?
Oh, I don't. He explained to me that he was going to play. I don't know. I think that B is correct.
Yeah, I think.
Actually,
I agree.
gentlemen, A is correct. He explained to me. There was motion involved, his words to me. He explained to me that he was going to be late. If I use B, he explained me. Look, hey, Rodolfo, if I explain you, I might, if I explain you, I might say, Igor, let me explain Rodolfo. He's very studious. He's from Chihuahua, Mexico. He's a very handsome guy. He's good looking, and he's a very nice guy. He seems to be very open. I'm explaining you.
Okay.
Totally different than explaining to you. I'm explaining you to Igor. All right.
Okay.
To me. Whatever it was. All right. So definitely A. Definitely B is, I'm this one that A is correct and B is wrong.
For example, give me some money or give to me some money.
Give me some money.
So why it's explained to me but not explained to me?
Okay. Also, this is also what we're dealing with here is what we call reported speech. Okay. So when we're using reported speech, it's we have to change phrasing a little bit. So, for example, what did you say? He gave me some money.
Yeah, he gave me some money. He gave to me some money. Or
he gave. Okay, I can say he gave money. Or I can say he gave some money to me. He gave some money to me. He gave me some money, or he gave some money to me. Why is that? Now I'm just confusing myself. Okay, let me go back to reported speech. I'm talking about what somebody else said. All right? It's not direct information. He explained to me. He gave me some money. Okay, that's a reported action. But reported speech is a little different. The professor explained to the class about the theory of evolution. All right, I have to say the direction when I'm talking about the professor gave the class homework. I don't have to say to. But if I'm going to add information at the end, the professor gave homework to the class now becomes a prepositional phrase. I'm adding information. Okay? It's extra information. I don't really need it as part of the sentence. The professor gave homework is a complete sentence.
Okay.
The professor, verb, object, homework. Complete simple sentence. Now I'm adding information by adding a prepositional phrase. Does that make sense? I don't have to, when I'm reporting actions, I don't have to use, unless I want to add information. But I have a special case when I'm reporting. I have to change my phrasing. Okay, pretty technical stuff here, actually.
But people from United States, for native speakers, they always speak correctly on this kind of details, or they kind of confused?
Well,
Or they speak always correctly.
In this last, as I've many of my classes, I've told people many times that there are many situations where native speakers do not speak grammatically correct. In this case of reported speech, he explained to me that he was going to be late. I think we generally all say that correctly. It would sound very awkward and strange if someone said he explained to me that he was going to be late. It sounds very to me.
Okay.
In this case. All right. Igor, what number 9 here?
Yeah.
Hamburgers.
I don't eat hamburgers because they are not good for me. Not to me. For me.
Okay. Benefit again. This is very similar to what before. They're not good for me. Okay.
It's more natural to I don't know. It's not okay to say to me.
Okay, well, this is kind of a weird area here. All right, sometimes you may... What if I say, I broke up with Susie because she's not good to me? Or what if I said, I broke up with Susie because she's not good for me? Thanks, Rodolfo?
When you say that she's not good for you, is that she can, I don't know, worse or something like that, no? Isn't it?
Kind of. Talking about...
I can say maybe an explanation, but I'm not sure.
Okay, try.
We're here to try, so do not laugh. I learn, so I may make mistakes always. For me, it's implying that she doesn't. You do not lie, but to me, it's the meaning that she something wrong did to you.
Okay, that's getting very close. I can't laugh because you're very, very... she's not good to me means maybe she... me around.
Yeah,
maybe she...
something wrong.
Yes.
Yo! Bleep, 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 bleep. Yeah, maybe she's abusive to me. Like, correct on that part. She's not good for me. Now I'm talking about again. She doesn't benefit my life or what I want.
Like the mother said, say usually, don't marry her. She's not good for you.
Yeah, you're so right. Very good example. Yeah, that's exactly right. She's not going to benefit you. Your mother's telling you. Exactly. Very good. All right. Good job. Okay. This is pretty high. I know this is simple prepositions, but actually this is quite high-level stuff here. Really. And truly understanding it is difficult. I know. A little material. All right. Let's see. Igor, you want to try this one?
They asked me for my ID at the club. They asked to me for my... It's first, I think.
Yeah. They asked me for my ID. Okay. What the purpose? So we have a preposition of purpose and a noun. Yeah. For my ID. Oh, at the club. What? Oh, they asked to me. Ah, right. Okay. This is direct. They asked me for my ID. Right. They asked to me. No. You're right. It's A.
Yeah, for me sounds more natural.
Yeah, it is more natural. Okay.
I watched movies from movies. How we can say from United States? It's correct to say.
Yes.
Movies from many movies from the United States, so I I know preposition on the guess because from practice that what I heard in movies and that movies.
Okay.
I mean, they use correct preposition in movies, so I
yes,
kind of yes.
Usually, yeah. Oh, okay. Here's one that's very common mistake second language speakers. Next one, Rudolfo. Look at this one here.
I think that letter B is correct.
It is, and this is a really common mistake. He's married. Most second language speakers say he's married with her, but you're right. It's supposed to be he's married to her. Okay. In fact, we've only got a few minutes. Let's look at some more common mistakes. Very common prepositional mistakes in the last couple minutes. Correct. Married to, not married with. It is ask me. Go ahead, ask me a question. Not ask to me. It is explain to me the answer, teacher. Not explain me the answer.
Okay.
These are very common. I am going home. Not I am going to home.
Okay.
Okay. Now, this is an exception where we don't use to. Okay. So I am going to the mall. I am going mall doesn't make sense. All right. I am going to Spain does make sense. I am going Spain makes no sense. So this is a weird exception, guys. When we use the word home, we do not use to. Anywhere else you're going, you need to use to. Right? Clear? Weird exception.
Clear.
Yeah, but I knew that from a song, English song. I'm going home. They sing in the song.
You have a beautiful voice, Igor. And on that note, okay. And on that note, guys, thank you very much. Wow, that was a pretty hard lesson. Thanks a lot, but hard for me. I'm kind of tired.
It's too hot in your country. In your
teacher,
apartment.
can I ask you a question before the class ends?
Sure. What's up?
Well, it's aside from the class. I've noticed that most of the Berlin teachers aren't living in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Could you tell me why? Or have they? I don't know.
Well,
why would you let you go to Philippines?
I tell you what, Rodolfo. I have to stop the class now and start a new class. Our next class will be practicing agreeing and disagreeing. It will be a conversation class. And I can tell you why I disagree with their opinion. Because that's going to take a while, not the 10 seconds I have left in class. No kidding. Okay, so suspense. All right.
Yeah.